Hey everyone, what's going on? It's Ben with nextlevelguitar.com. Thank you for checking out this lesson. Today we're going to bring you 3 essential R&B rhythm guitar fills. These are just great little nuggets that you can bring into your R&B, soul, funk kind of playing. Clean tone kind of vibes today, so we're going to have fun. And yeah, let's go ahead and jump right in and check out our first example. First example is going to be kind of a Sam and Dave inspired thing, and it's in the event that you're playing over a major chord and you're just kind of chilling on one chord for a while. Let's say that we're playing over an A chord. You know, that kind of vibe. We're just parked at one chord. A really nice device that you can use is to take the top 3 strings of this kind of core bar chord here. We're going to convert that into a top 3 string voicing. And we're going to invert that same chord to a D shapes, right? So we're still thinking A the whole way here, but we're just going to look at that shape and that shape, still both A chords, just different inversions. So we want to get comfortable with bouncing between those, right? We can start to bring in a little bit of a rhythm feel to that. In between that, we're going to have a transition shape, which is just going to be the 3rd finger barring at the 7th fret. And we're thinking about that as a connecting point between this A chord and this A chord. So that's like a bridge to get you between those 2 inversions. And we're going to play a figure based off of that kind of rhythm. So as you can hear, that has a very familiar kind of feel to it. And once you have those core locations intact, you can start to come up with all kinds of rhythmic variation that's going to fit whatever situation you're playing over. I think knowing that the 2 outside ones are going to be your home bass chords and that the in-between one is going to be a core location to kind of bridge the gap between the 2, that helps you really work those in, right? Now you can start to do things like slide in between them. Again, you know, make it fit the situation that you're playing over. And if you're playing in a different key, let's say for example, we're playing in the key of B, you're just going to move everything up a whole step. Here's your B major chord. You can visualize that. And then you have your top 3 strings for your first inversion. Up here's your second inversion, right? So this is just the same idea in the key of B. And then you have your connecting piece right here. So, and you're off and running. Our first example, kind of a nice little way to start grooving on a single chord vamp in that setting. Our next example is going to find us moving through a chord progression, and so this provides us with some opportunities to do some other unique fill type things in this kind of groove or this kind of situation. So let's outline our basic chord progression. We're going to be moving from an A major chord to a B minor 7th. To an E chord, but this is going to be a D with an E in the bass, kind of common there, or just regular E major. So most of our fill opportunities are going to be revolving around this index finger bar. So let's just go ahead and jump in right here and talk about what's going to be happening. So if we take a look at the B minor 7 chord and we ditch the low 2 strings, we can play B minor 7 that way. It's a lot more finger friendly, right? We don't have to engage all these fingers to get all the notes we want. So we're going to start there, and that's going to make for an easy transition to our E over D. We just move up 1 string. So we like that. We like not having to move a lot. What this also does for us is it really affords the opportunity to use these other fingers to do some of that filling in. So with this core finger engaged here, barring, I'm going to hammer on to a lot of these additional notes here. Starting on the first string, I'm going to strum and then hammer on with that third finger. And it's the sound of those lower notes ringing out with the hammer on top that I think makes this idea work. And now I just might run down and play the 10th fret, release and pick, then 9th fret, release and pick. And I have a nice little fill that I can execute there off of that index finger bar. If you want to get fancy, you can do a little hammer-on pull-off. That's always really welcome in the style. And so you have this nice core location you can do all this kind of improvising with. That's kind of the device that we're looking at there. So as we're going through all of this information, as you can see, we're taking a lot from minor pentatonic scales, major pentatonic scales, and so forth. And if you would like to see all of these positions diagrammed out for you, to have this great resource as you're following along with the lesson, all you have to do is just click on the link that you see below. If you click on this link, we will send you a free ebook and a video lesson that details all this information. And it's a great resource, a great thing to have by your side as you're practicing, as you're jamming along. So just click on that link and we'll send that to you for free from Next Level Guitar. Let's back up and take a look at this in context a little bit. Let's say we're vibing on our A chord. So, and as we can see, as we move through with some of our rhythm playing, we can integrate some of that fills in with our strumming, and it gives us a lot to work with. So we like that sort of idea. Okay, so the basic thing to take away from that is the idea of anytime you have an index finger bar, look at an opportunity to engage some of these other fingers, to do some hammers on and pull offs as a way to fill in on the chord. That's why we like these kind of chord voicings so much, is it leaves all the rest of our fingers free to engage with that type of fill activity. A lot of fun to do. Our third idea, this is a really useful lick. Again, we like these ideas that are kind of core concepts that you can put together in a bunch of different ways and kind of make them your own. The basic idea here is a double stop sliding with a clean tone. You can't really go wrong when you're using this type of thing. I'm going to be thinking key of A here. And so I'm going to look for 4 different locations. Let's point these out first, and then we'll talk about how to phrase them together. First location here, 5th fret, strings 1 and 2. Now you're just going to move that up a whole step. That's your second location. Okay, third location is going to be the 4th fret and 5th fret of strings 3 and 2. Okay, then that same double stop location, up a whole step. So the common theme there is you have a grouping of 2 notes on a string set, and then the same grouping on a different fret, and then just a different string set. So you got this, 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 and this. Now, what brings this to life, I think, is the sliding and the phrasing. That lick right there, even before we go to the other set, if you drop that in tasty enough, that can be really effective, right? And you can do the same thing with the other one. Just a quick slide up and slide down. So you're getting that to sound out with only one strike of the strings. That's the key idea here. As we start to play with a little bit more rhythm, if we think about whatever groove we're playing. can start to bring this to life a little bit more by phrasing it within the context of the song we're playing or the track we're playing, and adding a little bit of life to it. You can add some vibrato to some of these. I think that sounds nice. Another nice thing that you can do is a quick little half-step slide in and out of a position. So let's take a look at this idea. If I'm here on my string set of string 3 and 2, now just a quick little move out of position and back in. Okay, so all that is a slide up a half step, but you're not going to stay there long at all. You're just going to move up momentarily and then right back. That's really welcome here too. You can do this on the top string set too, strings 2 and 1. We like that kind of thing. So they're building from that core idea, adding some vibrato and maybe those little half-step maneuvers. There's a lot of room for that to grow. So starting with those 4 locations, combining them together, always making sure it fits within the context of the track or groove that you're playing. And there we have our third example of an R&B style fill that you can start to bring into your playing. Ben's in for nextlevelguitar.com. Be sure and subscribe to the channel and leave us a comment below. Let us know how we're doing. We always appreciate engaging with you guys out there. Be sure and head over to the website, nextlevelguitar.com. Right now we have over 2,000 video lessons up on the site and a free 3-day all-access pass. All you have to do is just head over to nextlevelguitar.com. Check that out. Once again, I want to say thanks for checking out the lesson, and we'll see you next time.